All right. Hello. Good morning. 11:35 a.m. Saturday. It is a good day. Kind of cloudy today. Looks like it's gonna be like that for a few days. Kind of different weather, if I may say, because it's like cloudy, not too cold, not hot. But if you go north, it's gonna be cold, and the northwest, Midwest, and the most part of the country is kind of pretty cold today. But we're having nice weather today. So anyway, I appreciate you passing by and you know giving your support. I definitely appreciate everybody that has been watching my videos. Just check one of the videos that I post, I believe, this morning, and we are over 1,000 on that of views on that video. It is amazing your support. We are keeping kind of steady and little bit up on our followers, 1,000 plus followers, and I appreciate for that too. And just to let you know that we are also on Instagram. You can check Instagram at CarlosTodd63, CarlosTodd63. I appreciate very, very, very much. We have hundreds of videos, not only here, but also on Instagram, CarlosTodd63. Hello, thank you so much. We are talking to you guys right now from United States. We are in California. If you look at the title, you're gonna see that I'm live from California. Right now is 11:37 a.m. Saturday. I know that for many of you guys out there that has been following us, subscribing and watching our live presentation, our videos, right now for many of you from Asia and other continents, it's approaching Sunday or already Sunday. So I appreciate that, okay? And no, I am not AI. Hello from Crimea. Thank you so much. I hope everything is good over there. I appreciate you stopping by. And, if you guys have any question for me about the United States, I will do my best to be accurate on my answers. And, and I do not have preferences when it comes to politics and religion. And but I'll do my best to be accurate on my answers, okay, about United States, about Brazil, and some other part of Latin America, okay, or North America for that matter. I don't know. You tell me, Lexi. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Uh, I don't know. I think this thing about liking and disliking, not liking, loving and not loving. By the way, I don't really understand love. I want to make myself clear. I understand respect, I understand consideration, and some other pretty interesting feelings, but love is not the thing that I understand. But yes, when it comes to liking or dislike Russia or any other country, this is very personal kind of feeling, I guess. And by the way, I learned this old saying many years ago, okay? And here I go. Hearts and minds are land that nobody really can walk through, right? You know, figuring out what people have on their mind and their hearts is kind of tricky. And I'm not the expert on this on those matters, you know. So I don't really question much feelings. Yeah, I know it's not questions. I know. I know. I'm just saying. Yeah. So anyway, here in the United States, we have many problems like any other country, social problems, political problems, and many other problems, as you probably checked out on the news. But we're here living and learning. Hello, hello, I forgot, I don't know how to, Bill. Hello, Bill. Thank you for stopping by. Well, I'm not sure your question, but just be careful, okay? All right, let me take this guy. Goodbye, my friend. Okay, thank you again for stopping by. I appreciate. So anyway, folks, you guys are more than welcome to talk about any subject. The only requirement here is to be very, very polite, respectful to everybody. That's it, you know. All opinion and expressions are welcome as long as respectful and polite, okay? You know, we don't want to offend anybody's feelings, or this is not the purpose of my channel. We are here to communicate and try to understand each other and understand what's going on throughout this planet. That's all. You know, I'm not pro-right, I'm not pro-left. I do not think being pro anything is a good thing. I think we should be pro-humanity. That I agree. But other than that, what we need to do is understand each other and do our best to make that happen. All right? I am in California. Right now is 11:42 a.m. Saturday. So most of the time I'm live, a live presentation here. And on the Saturdays and Sundays, don't ask me the time because I don't know. It's when I feel like, when I feel that I have to talk to you guys, I do that. But I'm trying to communicate with you guys every day, or at least almost every day, throughout my videos, the messages out there. You know, I pretty much check what's going on around the planet, you know, what you guys are posting out there, and then I collect those posts. And if I think it's kind of interesting to share with you guys, that's what I do. But the opinion is on you. You know, if you like it, you can say. If you don't want to say anything, that's fine too. If you share, that would be great. If you want a thumbs up, more than welcome. And if you want to subscribe or share, that'll be awesome. That's pretty much what I do here, okay? Now, if you guys want to learn more about me, about my channel, about my platforms, about my opinion, about what I do, and professionally, personally, I recommend you guys to check my page on Instagram. There you can subscribe. Also, you can subscribe and write me anything, ask me anything, you know, and I'm here to support you guys the best way possible. That's what I want to do, okay? I want to share with you my, you know, knowledge and understand of this country, of other countries, of life and human behavior, things like that. So, hello, Taylor. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, all right? I appreciate. So thank you for everybody. Again, I want to say again and again, thank you for our over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for your comments. You know, you can comment anything. Of course, I would appreciate if you don't offend anybody, but you can say what you think about anything. It's okay, you know. And humans are complicated animals, and I don't think I do understand humans. I do my best every day, but I still like, I don't know what the heck is going on, you know. So what we're here trying every day, reading stuff through the internet, through the platforms, through the social media. I don't check much. I mean, I still check news network, but it's too biased. All of them, pretty much all of them. So I don't know. It's just it's getting worse, I guess. I'm not saying that the social media is not contaminated either, because I know they are. But we are on this exercise of brain exercise to figure out what is this thing. Now with the AI, okay, is this AI? Is this real? It's not real. A lot of lies, and most dangerous is the half-truth elements out there, because half-truth most of the time confuse people and mislead people. 100% lie, it's better than half-truth, my opinion. So anyway, Alexei, hello. What problem does anyone have when buy goods from Canada? I heard big tax now. Good question. Well, what you have to do when you go buy something from United States and from Canada, vice versa, you have to check it out before you do that, what kind of tariff you have. I understand that the most tariff right now it's on metals, aluminum, and some stuff like that. But you better check it out, because unfortunately, let me tell you something. When it comes to tariff, when it comes to taxes or anything for that matter in these days, and many other stuff, not only this, when it comes to economics, political, social, nobody really knows what's going on. The only thing that most of us know is that everybody is really confusing and complicated. So in other words, if you want to buy or sell or anything for that matter, you have to check. Now, what I can do, if you're in this business, I don't know what kind of business, or if it's not a business, if it's just a question, whatever. So you can contact me on the Instagram, Carlos Todd, Carlos TODD 63. You can send me a message, a specific message, and we can talk about that in more details, all right? But I do appreciate your question. This is pretty much my area, and I understand a little bit, in other words, a thing or two about, import, export kind of situation. But generally answering is just that this thing is so confusing right now that today is one thing, tomorrow is a different one, and after tomorrow, nobody knows. Well, it's laughable in a bad way, if you know what I'm saying. Well, but I appreciate your question. Thank you for participating. I hope you can subscribe and share this platform. I have tons of videos. Those videos that I post there is pretty much kind of reflect all this big mess we are in right now, not only in the United States, but other part of the world, okay? And thank you again. If you have any other question out there, please ask. I'm here to answer. Right now it's 11:50 a.m., almost noon, Saturday. And I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I appreciate your thumbs up, appreciate subscription and share, okay? Normally Saturdays and Sundays I'm live here on a YouTube channel. The only thing that I'm not sure yet is the time. We're trying to improve a lot of things little by little and buying some equipments, and I decide to make this next year, 2026, even better. You know, we got to our main goal this year, which was get to 1,000. Man, it was sweating kind of situation. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. I didn't know that was that hard in a normal way, because I'm not paying anything, advertising or anything of this channel, you know. But in a normal way, I didn't know that it was so hard to get to 1,000 followers, you know. I have a page on Instagram. Matter of fact, on Instagram, for whatever reason, I am assuming that they don't like my platform. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something in a different way, but it is something that I'm not big fan of. Is paying for to have more subscribers or followers. It feels weird, you know. It just doesn't feel like natural. So I really wanted people to follow me from who I am, from the natural platform. You know, it's not a high-tech platform, no AI, at least not right now. But I'm gonna see if I can increment, do some different nice stuff on this channel so we can grow together, right? So, but yes, we are here. If you have any question, any comment, I'm here to answer, okay? And again, Alexi, thank you for your question, okay? And Alexi, you're from, let me see again, Crimea, right? Yeah, so thank you. I understand that Crimea is right on the border with Ukraine and Russia. It used to be a dispute area. It looks like now it's Russian territory. And I guess that's the will of the people of Crimea, at least the majority of people of Crimea. That's what I understand, but I don't know. Not taking any position here, please. I'm gonna tell you something that is too big cancer and problem in human society. One is politicians and politics. And the second one is religion, religious leaders. My opinion, of course. Hello, Uncle Modern Gandhi. Hello, Ashupashyam. I don't know how to pronounce your name. You should get an easier name, but that's fine. Thank you for stopping by, as always. And so, you know, right now, Ashish. Hello, how you doing? 11:54 in California, so you want to know, 11:54, almost 12 noon, Saturday, okay, California Pacific time. So thank you for stopping by and saying hello. You know, we had a lot of stuff that, you know, I mean, United States right now, it's like there is no 1 week that goes by, almost a day that goes by without something happening. You know, it's, wow. I'm not saying this in a good way. so you know. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the 1,000 plus, subscribers on the YouTube. And honestly, I don't know if I even should say that because everything should supposed to be honest. Sorry. I'm losing a few followers on Instagram. Yeah, now I just have, I'm not just have, but the only one that I have that is doing better, not great, but better, is the YouTube channel. I still post every day on Instagram. I'm persisting on this, and my platform, it's pretty much kind of anti-politicians and religion in a way, not in a bad way, but I don't really want to take a side on politics and religion because to me they're all bad. Now, sometimes people who vote and stuff like that, sometimes they almost like forced by the situation to choose between the bad ones and the worst ones, right? Well, at least that's how I see it. So every time I look at the political scenario out there, the situation out there, I feel like poor electorate, poor voters, they have to choose between the bad ones and the worst ones. That's how I see. I know for some people out there, I know my candidate he's a great guy. Well, I don't know about that, but if you feel like, I wish you all the best. I'm not even say luck, the best results. So. Yeah, we have a quite few stories going on here in the United States. If you guys have any question on a specific one, I may be able to tell you something about it, okay? But I'll let you pick. I'm not gonna pick any story, but we are in a broiling, burning kind of situation right now, not only here but in different countries, different societies. It's what a mess. Oh, thank you for the second thumbs up there. I appreciate. Thank you for subscribing too. So anyway, I'm in California, and you're not gonna believe right now the sun came out very shining. Very shiny right now, and it's almost 12 noon. So it's kind of crazy. I believe you're gonna have some rain or something like that. They are predicting that probably this next few months we're gonna have a lot of rain around here. Let's see what happened. Up north, California, Oregon, Washington, they're having a lot of rain over there. How much percentage mortgage in USA? Can you be specific on that question? You're talking about rate, interest? Is that what you're talking about? It's kind of a little bit high. The Federal Reserve Chairman, he brought down a quarter of a percentage this last week, I believe he did that a couple of weeks ago or last week. So, but it's still high. The interest in mortgages are still high here, very high. And this is creating, so you guys know, there comes the political part of it, because the current president wanted to the Feds, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, which is responsible for many things when it comes to the economy, and mainly about interest. So he didn't want to bring down the interest. He wanted to keep high because the economy is still very, our economy right now, because of tariff and some other problems we're having, I guess you guys know we're having immigration problem, deportation problem, job losses, a lot of things going on. I don't want to be, pro against. I'm just saying because of these events, uh, the Fed pretty much is acting against the president's will, which he wanted to bring down, very dramatic down the reserve. I mean the rates on the percentage rate. So anyway, in Russia, if you buy apartment around 20%, what's going on? Wow. Well, I don't want you to feel too bad because some other countries even more than that. I believe Brazil is pretty much in the same situation. Those countries that is part of the BRICS right now, like Brazil, Russia, India, and the other ones, they're all facing a lot of problems. But hopefully, with this new idea, they probably gonna find their own way to make their own economy better and stronger. You know, I personally don't understand those rates, but I can tell you this: 20% is not the United States. We are definitely on single digits. So I'm guessing 4 or 5% top. Yeah, we don't have we don't have that kind of rate. I'm not sure about Brazil, but Brazil is not low either. But Brazil was way worse decades ago. Now they're doing kind of okay, 17%. Okay, in cars, if you are in a good credit, I can tell you it's around 4 or 5% in cars. That I can tell you, if you're talking about interest, right? So in cars, it's about 4%. Now, if you buy in a different, because you have all kind of stuff, you buy those, because they have some dealers here that sell cars. They have this system that they call buy here, pay here. In other words, they finance their own finance system. But it's that one, those one is very high, probably on that same rate you're talking about. But if you're buying the traditional dealers like Ford, General Motors, and the big ones, you're gonna buy direct from these people, then the rate is gonna be lower. Of course, all depends on your credit score. I think it's the same over there, right? So if you have a good score, your rate goes down. My score is not good. It's not horrible, but it's not good. That's the the truth. I did a lot of business. I still do, and I have a lot of failure in business, and that put my credit down there. Now I have the experience, the understand, and everything else. But look at me. uh, not much left. So, yeah. But Alexei, if you're from Russia, are you from Russia, right? You told me. So let me tell you this. I think you probably know. There is some region here in the United States you need to know. If you want to learn more about that, I'll tell you what, I recommend you right now to write down this information, okay? Carlos Todd, Carlos Todd, 6363. That's me on Instagram. Write me there, subscribe, write me there because I want to give you some information right now. When comes to business, we have a lot of Russians and Ukrainians and other neighboring states from there having a lot of business in the Midwest and mainly Illinois, Chicago, and neighboring states like Indiana, Iowa, those neighboring states. And I can give you some tips, okay? And initially, I will not charge you anything for that, okay? But I can give you some good tips so you can understand better the economy and business here in the United States. Deal? What about China car in US? Well, China car in US it's a no-go right now. They create situations here because of obvious reasons between the United States and China, these crazy things in between. When it comes to cars, technology cars, it's not feasible. It's not a good thing right now. So but we can talk about that too if you wanna go over that. I think I can help you in some informations, but it has to be on Instagram because YouTube, it's just for videos and that and whatever. But you don't have to go there. I'm just saying. But I understand. I did some business I provided some business for Russians and Ukrainians in Chicago area. So I kind of understand. But going back to your question on China car, at this moment, it is not a good deal. I don't know what's going to happen, but the United States, in efforts to protect the American industry, which General Motors, Ford, and others, Chrysler, Dodge, blah blah blah, they are creating situations where it's not lucrative import cars from China. Now, other electronics, other products, it's a different story. Here I'm in California, in Los Angeles, the big port here, I can tell you it is a big deal, But cars specific, at the moment, I don't think so. Hopefully, maybe after this crazy situation between the current administration and China and Russia and the Ukraine, what's going on in Israel. Man, we are in a big mess socially, economically, politically right now. You cannot really predict anything, but it's still a lot of business going on. Okay, Alexei? A lot of business it's going on. I can give you some tip if you want to learn more about it. I know, I don't want to say I know, but I know what's going on when it comes to Russia here in the United States, business-wise I'm talking about. They have a lot of investments still here in United States, like Florida, and then on a southeast Florida, and then when it comes to other business, right here on the Midwest, like I said, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, the neighboring states like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan too, and also on the Northwest, they have some stuff going on, not only here in California, but Oregon and Washington. Okay? So, but please ask me if you want to know a little bit more. I hope I'm helping you. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting more doubts and questions in your brain right now than answering yours question. Anyway, so I appreciate your questions. I really do. Right now is 12:10, meaning noon, 12:10 p.m. In California. I'm in Los Angeles County, California. Okay, we are on a southwest. That's what we call here, southwest. So I thank you for stopping by. If you guys want to subscribe, if you guys want a thumbs up, if you want to share, I appreciate. I'm here to support you guys the best way I can when it comes to information. I will not tell you something that is not true. And if I don't know, I have no problem using the phrase I don't know. Okay? If I know, if I say something, it's because I know. I know a thing or two about laws. I understand a lot. And speaking of laws, if you guys need more understanding when it comes to visas, that's pretty much my area, kind of. So asylum, business, and etc. And on the business side of visas, I recommend you to contact me uh, on Instagram. Again, Carlos Todd 63, Carlos TODD 63, and I can answer your questions about your options when it comes to visas. We don't deal with tourist visas, okay? But I provide 100% support and assistance, personally, privately, and business-wise, here in the United States, okay? If you want to learn more about it, you can talk to me about it. On Instagram, Carlos Todd 63, Carlos TODD 63. All right? But if you have some questions related to this, to what I just told you, you can ask me, no problem. All right? See you later. I'm seeing we go for Turkey. we deliver grain. They send him to the US. Okay, there we go. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you're still there. When it comes to trucking business, you found the guy. Okay? When it comes to trucking business, you found me. I guess I can help you a lot on that issue. All right? And best wishes. I appreciate. Thank you. Anybody out there? Okay, I'm here to answer your questions and address your concerns. Okay? Thank you. And when it comes to business, so you know, we pretend that we speak English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Okay? So if you have any question in either of those languages, English, Portuguese, and Spanish, you can talk to me too. All right? Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share, and hopefully we can create a good connection, a great connection between us here in the United States and you, anywhere you are right now, any part of the world, like any continent, Europeans and Europe, Africa, Asia, and all the other countries and continents, okay? It's interesting because although I'm talking to you guys from the United States, most of my followers are from overseas, Asia, some are from India and other countries, and Africa and other countries. So it's interesting to know that I don't have much followers. I do have followers here, but most of are from the other parts of of this planet. All right. So thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate. Interesting. All right, so I want to say thank you so much. I hope we can see each other, and I hope we can learn more from each other. You know, if you want to learn anything, if you have any quick thing you would like to know about the United States, just, send me a message or ask. No problem at all. Okay? I appreciate. Let me. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Thanks. All right, let's see what happens in a couple of minutes. Again, we are in California. Right now it's 12:18 p.m. We appreciate Saturday, and I appreciate everybody out there from Asia, Africa, European countries, and other continents. I sincerely appreciate your subscriptions. I appreciate your following and sharing and watching our videos. We have plenty of videos out there, uh, hundreds for sure, not only here on YouTube, but we also have some videos over there, hundreds, on an Instagram page, Carlos Todd 63, Carlos TODD 63. I appreciate very much you stopping by. Thank you again. Hope see you soon. Till next time. Bye bye.